So today I'd like to talk about something that I'm pretty sure a lot of you will have already heard of. So that is Logan Paul, who on a recent trip to Japan took a very disturbing video of someone who'd committed suicide in Aokigahara. Now, Aokigahara is the forest at the base of Mount Fuji, and as well as being a sightseeing thing that a lot of hikers go to, it's also a place where a lot of people go to kill themselves. There are signposts every half a mile along the track telling people to turn back, that they have families and that they're worthwhile because of how epidemic it is. Now, the reason this is incredibly culturally insensitive of him is in part due to the way suicide exists in Japan. It is an epidemic. Every day, 70 people kill themselves in Japan. And in 2016, at the 22-year low, 22,000 people killed themselves. So this can explain why a lot of Japanese people felt what he was doing was incredibly insensitive. This is a sacred place. It is seen as a place full of the dead, and to take a video there and to treat it as a joke is genuinely horrific. Now, it does get used in a lot of things, and I don't see why people can't go in there and they can't film, but it has to be treated with the respect that it demands. For instance, Natalie Dormer, during her weeks of filming in Japan, when she was filming The Forest, did in fact go to Aokigahara. Now, most of the filming for The Forest was actually done in Siberia, but they had a week there, and part of it was her getting to feel for the actual forest. She spent a little time in there. I think she took a few photos for herself, and other than that, she mostly treated it with respect. She stuck to the lines that were given, because it's very dangerous to stray off in any forest, let alone one which could potentially be filled with corpses. There are also a lot of rules around Aokigahara. People go around checking if there are tents, people will check to see if anyone's in there, to see if they need help, to see if they're dead. So it really is a very serious issue. So ultimately, the thing I take the main issue with is the fact that he created a video in the first place and then put that online. As I said, I don't think creating a video itself of that place is particularly bad, and I don't think that it's particularly bad to put it online, but so long as you're treating it with respect. And he didn't. If you find a corpse, you don't go up to it and you don't film it and make jokes about it. That's immature. Logan Paul is 22 years old and he should know better. So he did apologise. He even took the video down himself, had it demonetized, all of this. But the first apology he made on Twitter was lackluster. It was self-congratulatory even, and it wasn't something that any sane person would do. If someone accuses you of doing something as terrible as filming a suicide, you don't go, "Oh, but I'm amazing, remember?" You go, "Oh shit, I've done something terrible." And he didn't do that. So, I've also seen his video apology, which is a lot better. He seems to act with a lot more sincerity, and it seems to be a lot less self-congratulatory. But I still feel as if there are a few things that undermined it. For instance, when it was first uploaded, it was monetized. And I feel as if you're making an apology, you cannot also take money from people. So it's not that he's taking it from people specifically. It's that by monetizing it, he's essentially said that he knows this is something that will make money. He knows he'll get a profit from it. And that just completely undercuts everything he was saying in it. Now, the monetization has actually been removed now, which is a lot better. But the fact it was there in the first place, and the fact that he even made and uploaded this video in the first place, are the things I have a lot of issue with. Now, I know why he did it. I just don't agree with it. It's all shock tactics. It's things that are meant to bring in the views, and they do. At the moment, his apology video has 22 million views. And I understand wanting to watch an apology video after someone's done something quite that bad. But the fact that he had that much of a fan base in the first place is somewhat what led to this. In his apology on Twitter, he said that he makes videos every day, and sometimes you can get caught up in that. But there's getting caught up in doing something a bit dumb, and then there's continuing to do it, and then there's continuing to edit it and upload it. And if in the sort of hours of work you've put into a video you don't realise quite how messed up it is, maybe you need to take a few steps back, and maybe you need to reconsider what you're doing with your life. One of the other issues I have with his Twitter apology is the fact that he ends it with a hashtag. And it's not like apology or something, it's Logan for life, which is ridiculously insincere. It's just another show that he's after popularity. Now, he isn't the only one at fault. I believe YouTube itself actually has something to say on this, especially since they've been putting his videos in the trending. The trending isn't something that's done statistically by an algorithm, it's picked specifically by people. So essentially YouTube isn't condemning what Logan Paul is doing, they are condoning him. They are telling him he should keep doing these things because it gets views. And that's what YouTube wants, essentially. They want the revenue, which is a shame because at a certain point you have to consider that this isn't just a prank video that's a bit gross. It's someone's life. So that's really all I have to say on this. And honestly, this is the first time I've heard of Logan Paul, and I would absolutely like for it to be my last.